As you guys perhaps already know, alongside 7 Deadly Sins Origin, Netmarble is also producing another game built on Unreal Engine 5 called Mongil Stardive. They were kind enough to grant me early access to the demonstration version of the game that will be available on Tokyo Game Show 2025. This game is a successor to Netmarble's other title called Monster Tamer, released in early 2010s, which is clearly evident by the designs of the characters. In this game, you will join forces with Cloud, Verna and their adorable companion Nyanars to defeat the forces of evil that have been corrupting monsters and humans of this world. Although the premise of the story is quite serious, it does not take itself seriously at all and is adorably hilarious. It's simple and easy to follow, and if I'm completely honest, the comedic parts of the game have been an absolute highlight for me when I was doing the playthrough of the demo. Every single character is beautifully designed and are full of personality, which is highlighted through incredible animations and amazing voice acting. I'm being 100% genuine when I'm saying that the animations are absolutely top tier and the voice acting is also genuinely incredible. One of the best English voice acting that I have seen in any games recently, especially in gacha games. Characters are incredibly expressive and their emotions are on full display through the cutscenes. Characters and the world are genuinely beautiful to look at. So, I think if you are looking for a game with a light-hearted story that is enjoyable and fun, Mongil Stardive is definitely for you. But that's as far as the story is concerned in this video. I will try my best not to spoil it for you so that you can enjoy it on your own terms. Now let's talk about the technical part of the game and what it represents. It's an instance-based action-adventure game where you play with a party of 3 characters. Each character has an elemental type, which is very important in combat. Enemies will take more or less damage depending on if they are advantageous or disadvantageous against the given elemental type. Additionally, certain bosses can be stopped from casting their ultimate attacks as long as you are attacking them with the elemental type that they are disadvantageous to. As you defeat enemies, you will have a chance to tame them, and after that, use them as equipment for your characters. Additionally, you can also equip characters with gear that enemies will drop, and some that can be summoned through gacha. Of course, you can also get characters in the gacha, and the extra dupes that you will pull will let you strengthen the characters even further. As far as the combat system goes, it's also very simple. You have your basic attack button, a skill that has a cooldown after the use, and an ultimate that needs to be charged to be used. You can of course also dodge attacks, and when an enemy is performing their own skill, dodging the attack will perform a counter. Additionally, certain characters can recover after being hit with the enemy skill and still counter it. However, the damage will be taken. The combat difficulty is quite low and really newbie friendly. There is even a mechanic where you hit the enemy enough times, they will be stunned briefly and all of your characters will attack them. The mechanic is so player friendly that even the bosses comment on it.
Absurd gimmick.
And honestly, if I was a giant boss who was jumped by a gang of waifus, I would probably also have the same reaction. In conclusion, the combat is quite simple, but it delivers itself effectively. Against hordes of enemies, you feel powerful because you are able to easily dismantle of them, and against bosses, you do not feel helpless because you are easily able to stun them and jump them. Now, although equipment and upgrade materials are accessible through the main world simply by defeating enemies, to acquire them more optimally, you will need to clear special dungeons and defeat bosses in conquest mode. Dungeon is very easy, you simply just fight a lot of enemies, followed with a mini-boss. After defeating all of them, you will acquire a special chest with the desired items. As for the conquest, you will simply fight the main bosses that you will meet throughout the story. Depending on the level of the boss that you will fight, you will get better rewards and also special item that you will need for evolving the characters. Additionally, once a stage of a dungeon or a conquest is finally finished, you are no longer required to do them manually and you can do it automatically. You will receive the same rewards without wasting any more of your time. Lastly, the monsters and bosses that you have tamed can be combined to acquire an even more unique monster link. Now, obviously the game is a gacha and you are probably wondering about the gacha system. Now, in this video I am not going to go over it because I'm not sure if the demonstration version for TGS is representative of the final product. It is a subject to change and I do not want to give you guys false hopes. However, it is in fact there and you can see the basic experience of it on the screen right now. I would not say that it's anything special, but it's not particularly bad either. As for what you can acquire through gacha, there are 3-star items represented with blue, 4-star characters and items represented with purple, and 5-star characters and items represented with gold. By items, of course, I mean the equipment that you can put on the characters, and also equipment that is signature to the given character. Now let's conclude this little review. I think the game is great. Netmarble has done a great job with producing it. The animations are top notch. The voice acting is also incredible. The gameplay is really good. The visuals are absolutely stunning and the character models look incredible. The Unreal Engine 5 really does its job of portraying the game at its best quality. The story is good, nothing particularly special, but it gets the job done. You can't really complain when the game itself does not want you to take itself seriously. It's a light-hearted story that needs to be taken lightly. All in all, it's a great product and I think it's a solid competitor to games such as Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero. However, I do think that the game is slightly underpromoted and I don't think that it can rely on an IP that is not particularly popular outside of Korea. In conclusion, it's definitely a great game, deserving of your attention, and once it is out, you should definitely give it a try. After all, it's a free game, available on both PC and mobile devices. Right now, you also can try your chances of joining the closed beta test that the game will have on September 30. So, good luck to you guys who are going to sign up to try the game out. I will leave the closed beta test recruitment link in the description, so go ahead and try your luck. Thanks Netmarble for giving me the early access to the demonstration version of the game. And with that said, thank you guys for watching, please like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.